Hi, I'm Christina.
And I'm Christine. Welcome to Stereo Thematica.
Music is how we connect with the world and with each other. When I moved to Texas, Christina and I started a weekly game. One theme, two songs.
That game grew into deeper conversations about each other and about the music that shapes us.
Each week we share our picks, swap stories, and dig into tracks you might love
or never expect.
Hello, Christine. It is almost the end of the year.
Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel ready for today's episode.
Oh, well, ready for today's episode and
I guess 2026 as well. Yes.
What's your take on the Spotify Wrap and or Apple? What is it?
Thank you.
What's the Apple one?
Apple Replay. Yes.
I've never had an Apple Replay.
Yeah, I use Apple Replay over Spotify. The only time I really use Spotify is for this game, sharing things back and forth.
Nice.
And friends actually send me things on Spotify. So I think what's interesting about my Spotify Wrapped is that it's mostly other people's music that I've been listening to.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, it's not like, it really doesn't capture my listening habits.
Your essence.
Which kind of explains why the age actually is the same for us.
Yeah. So
what was the age?
We both had the same Spotify listening age, which was 72.
Yep.
Which is hilarious because it was like, you're an old soul because you listen to music from the late 60s.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't quite get it because there was a lot of non-60s, 70s music in there as well.
Same.
But I do think now it's making sense that most of the music you're sending. Well, I guess I'm sending you things on Spotify as well.
That's true.
Anyway, I found it interesting. Any other interesting little tidbits?
For me, I was intrigued to find that this year was the first year that Charlie XCX was not my top artist. I think that like three years, let's see, 22, 23, 24, 3 years in a row, it was Charlie XCX. And I feel like people will judge me for hearing that. And
I'm judging you right now.
I don't care. I don't care.
I'm very surprised by that. I mean, I know you've talked about her before, but that means you're really listening to her a lot more than I thought you were.
Well, the thing is, in 2022 is when I went to the Charlie XCX show, lost my mind, had so much fun. Then in 2024, she released Brat, so had to be bumping that.
But you're bumping a lot of other stuff.
I really am.
So that's why I don't quite understand how
I think it's rigged. Okay, I'll just say it. Come at me, Spotify. It's rigged. Because guess what? She was the only one who, at the end of the year, they do these little, like, here's a message from your top artist. And it's like, hi, guys, it's me, Charlie. And none of the other people because I will say Charlie XCX was number 2.
Okay, that's weird. She was number 2 on mine, too. And I am not listening to her. It's so rigged. No, it was like, I'm like, is this for real? Because I know I'm not listening to her. Aside from the one time you shared the song.
Okay, who's number 3?
Hold on, sorry. I don't have that up. I just remember that. I do not have it up. But I have my top genres.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, Desert Blues, number 1, which,
wait, let me see mine. Desert Blues is made up.
It's a made-up genre? I don't think so.
No, it is, Kristen. Desert Blues? Who's your favorite Desert Blues artist?
Sonara Wynn.
Oh, okay. Well, that's... All right. Fine.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
If we're going down that path, guess what my number 5 was?
What?
World.
New Wave. World. Oh, God. Okay.
That's messed up.
It is messed up. I got New Wave for number 5.
I got New Wave for number 2.
Oh, I got Soul, number 2.
For my number 3 was alternative rock.
Yeah, I thought that would be number 1 for you because I don't have that at all on mine.
Well, indie rock is number 1 for me, which is kind of unsurprising. Yeah. Where did hip hop fall in your lineup?
Surprisingly, not on there.
Guess that hip hop era wasn't very long, was it?
Because we're talking about Spotify, and Spotify, as I mentioned, does not accurately reflect my listening habits. Replay, though, pretty much just one band, but I need to save that for what we get into.
Okay, like that. I'm trying to see. I listened to one audiobook. That was Rebel Girl by Kathleen Hanna. Oh. Highly recommend to anyone who hasn't read or listened to it. It's fun to listen to her narrate it because if people don't know, Kathleen Hanna was the lead singer of Bikini Kill, Tigra, Julie Ruin. so fun. Like, just what a she is the original Riot Girl.
Should I listen? Do you think, even though I don't know any of the bands you referenced, will...
Not even Bikini Kill?
Not even Bikini Kill.
All right, no worries. I'm not judging. I'm just asking.
No, a lot of gaps. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, now that I know that Charlie XCX was your number 2, I am convinced that it's rigged. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Spotify, do not reach out. Christine, is this when we address the Spotify controversy, or do we just table it?
I don't know.
remember you saying you don't know what it was. I guess they were running ICE recruitment ads on Spotify, and a lot of people have been canceling their... I guess I would like to acknowledge it.
Okay.
I know that there's also a lot of controversy against Spotify doesn't pay musicians enough money. Like, they make so much money and the musicians get like a penny or a quarter of a penny per stream or something like that, like something really minute. So it's kind of a bummer. Like, what do we do?
Apple Music. I mean, there's things to be concerned about with Apple too, but
for
still.
Sure. Oh my God. What is it? There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Go to the record store, everyone. Just go buy records.
Let's shut down. Let's not use any technology anymore.
Let's do a podcast, but it's like a voicemail that we leave our friends and all of our... I mean, it would really limit our listener base, but... Listeners, I'm getting back on track. Should we segue into the theme?
I would love to. Okay. I'm waiting for it. I'm anxious.
Christine actually can't wait. Even though I picked this theme, which I know, rare, back to back, I thought it would be a really nice way to close out the year by saying, who is your favorite band of 2025? And as always, it's always open to interpretation. But I was just thinking, who is the band that you kept coming back to, or the singer? And like, for me, it was a band that I discovered in December of last year, so December 2024, which is so apt because then I was able to listen to them all year long. And let me just say, the first time I heard of the band, I also saw them live that same day, which was a treat. And I feel like, I don't know, I rarely get to do that. But last December, I went to a little music festival in Austin called the Holiday Hootenanny. Not South by Southwest, not ACL. It's just a little 2-day silly, I don't know, not silly, but a fun music gig. But a lot of my favorite bands were performing, like, well, not favorite. Favorite being Foxtrot was performing. That's really why I went. Yeah. And then Cutworms was playing of Montreal. And that was just the single day that I attended. So there were other bands that were playing too.
Question. Cutworms, are they from Montreal, or is the band called Of Montreal?
That's a good question.
Out of it I am.
That's a good question. Cutworms, to my knowledge, is not from Montreal, but there is a band called Of Montreal.
Okay. Thank you.
And they were really fun in the like early-ish aughts and then into the mid to late aughts. And so I bet you've heard one of the funniest things about Of Montreal is that they were super weird and indie and bizarre. And then Outback Steakhouse used one of their songs. Like,
what?
Yeah, but they didn't. They changed the lyrics. So it was like, let's go out back tonight. But if you were a fan, you'd be like, what is happening? But anyway, back to the Hootenanny. I was having breakfast with my friend Maggie in Austin, and she texted me later because she thought the name Hootenanny was so funny. Like, she was like, have fun at the Hootenanny. And then she was like, oh, you should go see Being Dead. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of them. And she said, go check them out. And Christine, oh my gosh, how much fun. Like, it was one of the most fun experiences I've had seeing a new band in like such a long time.
Really?
And it was so exciting. So, spoiler, unspoiled, Being Dead was my top Spotify band of 2025, but also my top band of 2025. And so I selected their song, which is probably their hit, Van Goghs, from their 2024 album, Eels. Okay, before I go any further, had you heard of this band before I shared them with you?
No, not at all. obviously. But also, I really enjoy you. I think you shared 2 songs at first.
I did. Yeah.
And you weren't sure which one. And I actually liked the one you just shared more so. Because the other one, I think it reminded me of Beach House. What was the other song? Right?
Problems. Yeah. I think Problems was actually my top song. Let me check.
Funny.
Yeah, Problems was my top Being Dead song of the year. And that's funny because it's a little bit darker, to say, but it's still pretty goofy if you ask me.
Yeah. I also was just surprised because here we've been doing this podcast at this point when you shared this. It was, I don't know, a month or so. Yeah. So I just kind of felt like, wow, Christina's got this whole other life. Even though we talk about music every week, you've never mentioned this band to me. And here they are, your top band of 2025.
It's actually so funny that you say that because as I was preparing for our show today, I was listening to a lot of their music and Andrew goes, "Oh, is Being Dead finally making an appearance on the podcast?"
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yes, like laughing because I've been listening to their albums like all year long and kind of because I know Andrew likes it too, I'll like just pop it on. And like, it's kind of one of those, like we're driving somewhere and I'm like, ooh, let's listen to some Being Dead, So it's always nice when you can find that. Like, if Andrew listens to this, I don't know. But he is almost always, like, listening to Depeche Mode or something Dark Wave or whatever. So to have, like, a new band that we can listen to together is fun. Yeah.
No, but it was interesting to me because I'm like, wow, she is always surprising me with new music. And I like this one a lot.
Aw, that makes me happy. Thank you. Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about them.
Please. I'm very curious.
Yeah. And it's funny because I will say we're not going to learn a ton of background about them, but they are an Austin band. They released their first EP in 2019. And since then, they've put out 2 full-length albums, one in 2023, one in 2024. And when I saw them, I was really intrigued by their setup, and I didn't know, like, if this was something they always did. So they've got 2 singers who alternate between playing drums and then playing guitar and singing. So they both sing, but they also switch off between drums and guitar. Does this make sense? Like, it's very hard to describe, but, like, they're kind of swapping maybe halfway through the set. I've never seen this before of, like, singing and playing drums and then switching out and, like, going and playing guitar. But it's very cool. Like, it's very fun to watch and kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't have thought it would work, but it was, it kind of adds another layer to the experience of watching them live. And then another fun thing about them, which is kind of silly, is I believe that they're trying to cultivate a sense of mystery about who they are and or they just are shy and don't want to reveal too much information about themselves. Because I read this article after I got into them, I read this article about them in Texas Monthly, which is like the magazine of Texas, by Scott Ray. And it started with this opening, and just let me read it. In the fall of 2016, the daughter of a founding member of the B-52s and the son of a founding member of Bell and Sebastian met at the University of Texas. And Christine,
wait, what?
You know me.
Yeah, I know.
I got so excited. I lost my mind because
wait, are you serious?
Well, let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Two of my favorite bands, and then obviously Hook 'em. But then he goes on to say that he made all of that up because it's as plausible of an origin story as you might hear about Being Dead. So,
I love that.
I had that same reaction where I'm reading and I'm like, ooh, what?
I mean, this band is meant for you.
Yeah, it's fate. And then no, it's just this guy lying. But
that's very cool. I love that.
He had my number. So yeah, I mean, they even use like nicknames, I guess, for themselves. Like, even if you look at Bandcamp, like their members are named Falcon Bitch, aka Julie Keller, but she doesn't go by the AKA, it just says Falcon Bitch. And then Gumball, who's also known as Schmoofy, and that's like his performing name, but his real name is Cody Dozier. And then Nicole, who's just Nicole. Love her. Nicole Roman Johnston. But I guess she also goes by Ricky Motto. So while that Texas Monthly article came out in like September of 2024 ahead of their album release for Eels, I have had a hard time finding many interviews that they've given to learn more about who they are because, like, again, I think they're just trying to stay out of the public eye. But I do think that's okay because you can learn a lot about them through their music. And what I've learned is that Being Dead is a band that loves whimsy, silliness, creativity, daydreaming, horror, and wordplay, which are consequently all things I love too. So it makes sense why it clicked when I started listening to their music. It's like really fun to get lost in their storytelling because they're like very nonsensical. One of their songs is called Godzilla Rises, which is the first track on Eels. And I think it's about like having a love affair with Godzilla.
Okay.
And then there's, it's very silly. I mean, it's very,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, ethereal. Muriel's Big Day Off from their 2023 album, When Horses Would Run, talks about a woman going to Payless twice in one day, which is her day off, nonetheless.
Payless shoe stores.
Yeah, Payless shoes.
Okay, yeah.
Which, like, when's the last time you went to a Payless?
Do they even exist anymore?
I actually don't know.
It was big when I was a kid.
Really? Oh, me too, for sure. But I remember being like probably 23 years old and buying shoes for work there because it was like what I could afford.
I got fake penny loafers there as a kid.
Yes. Yes. I think I got fake Keds there. So fun. But yeah, even in that song, they have like, it's a really silly, catchy song with just like what I know you would love, a wild bridge taking us to a jazzy piano break and some casual chanting of TV time. That's my favorite show. So
okay, yeah. I gotta listen to this.
I am curious. Yeah, I'm curious to get your take because like they're very unserious, which I'm also very unserious. You know, and I know that you take your music listening a little more seriously sometimes.
But I do like the absurdity.
Yeah.
Especially when you watch the video, which...
Did you?
Crazy.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to talk about it. Well, and the funny thing, too, is Falcon has a beautiful singing voice. A really, like, very good singer. And then Cody, or Schmoofy... Yeah, Schmoofy really compliments it because he's got a weird nasally singing voice. And there's just something about it that works really well. And like the second time I saw them, because I went to go see them again after we had so much fun. We were like, let's go see them. They came to Houston in April of 2025 with Shannon and the Clams. And we went and saw them. And it was like, I was there to see them. And they were having some like instrumental issues, but it was just cracking me up because they almost had like a sibling dynamic to their band, which was like, you know, kind of snapping at each other or making little jokes and then them falling flat. And it was very fun, hilarious. It added to their kind of just how I perceive them, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. No, they are a fun band. And it's weird because you mentioned the B-52s thing. I know that was just they're joking around, but they kind of do have a like B-52s sound a little like, I
can see that. I think because for me, the B-52s, like they have these kind of songs that it's like, it's storytelling, but it has a good visual image, which I think some of these do too.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to my song pick, which is Van Gogh's. I think the reason why we both like it is because it kind of has this theme of working and trying to balance having a life. Sound familiar, Christine?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So, yeah, the beginning of the song, it bemoans the struggles of work. I just have to clock in and clock out. I be myself, but I'm not allowed. But by the end of the song, we've got our singers daydreaming about free time, touching grass, having hobbies, and painting.
Yay.
Are you asking me to work some more?
So Eels, which is where this album is from, is such a good album. I just want to plug a couple more songs that I recommend to our listeners, which is Goodnight, Blanket of My Bone, and Problems, which was, like I said, the most listened to song of 2025, according to Spotify, and the other one that I shared with you. But if you want to get a sense of their zaniness, apart from the Van Gogh's music video, I recommend watching Big Bovine video, which was also on Eels, because it's extremely weird. And it was giving me like, I don't know, like Tim and Eric or maybe even I Think You Should Leave kind of vibes. Yeah. So super bizarre.
Okay. Yeah.
But I can't really even share that much else about Being Dead. I will link to an excellent in-studio performance they gave on KEXP, which is the Seattle radio station, where in addition to playing live, they paused to reenact the solar eclipse, complete with drawings of the earth, moon, and sun on their stomachs. So they like lift up their shirts and then stand in front of each other. And it was just so silly. When the host, Cheryl Waters, asked what inspired the album, they demur and answer that they have a tank of eels in their basement, and that was the inspiration. And first of all, no one in Austin has a basement, and no one else has eels. They said, oh, if you put water out, they just show up like snails. Yeah. So clearly they didn't feel like talking about it, which like kind of makes me sad because I would have loved to know.
You want more?
Yeah, like what is your inspiration? But they're like, we don't want to be known, you know?
But it adds to their mystique. And I feel like just by watching their video, Van Gogh's, there's definitely, I feel like there's this performance art aspect, which reminds me a lot of another band that I might be talking about pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I can see that too, right down to the face masks and like the weird paintings and whatnot. But yeah, I think they're an extremely fun band. I highly encourage you, if you get the chance to see them live, go see them. So yeah, that was my band of 2025. And now I can't wait to hear about your band of 2025, but I wonder if some of our listeners already have a sense of what it might be.
Okay. So if there was one band that defined 2025 for me, it was Devo. Christina, when you proposed the theme, did you know who I'd choose?
I actually did not. And that's not to say that you didn't talk about Devo nonstop ever since you went to go see them at Hollywood Bowl. But I don't know. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt to think maybe she has something up her sleeve.
Did you think I might be choosing another band, or were you totally like uncertain about?
No. I just was like, I was like, oh, Christine might surprise me. That's all. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't surprise.
No, actually, it's great because if you remember, you rediscovered Devo this year.
Yes.
Which listeners will remember.
Yeah, well, so, okay. This obsession started while I was preparing at least for our mixtape episode back in March. For those unfamiliar with that one, we talked about the songs we first learned from a mixtape and still love. You had a great pick too, The Slits. I always, is it the Slits or the Slits?
Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
Typical girls, yes.
And my pick was Devo's Beautiful World from their 1981 album, New Traditionalists. And at that time, I was thinking I'd just go through the album quickly to jog my memory. But as I was listening, like every song was unbelievable. There wasn't a skipper on it. Not even like they have this one freaky one, Nutra Speaks. And I'm just like compelled to listen to every song and then re-listen to it.
Wow.
And like I knew most of the songs pretty generally just because, you know, I grew up during that time. And my ex was also like really into Devo at the time. But I never really heard them. And I was listening to them with these like fresh ears. And it wasn't anything about nostalgia. This was like the band for this moment for me. And the song I'm sharing to represent my obsession is appropriately Uncontrollable Urge from their 1978 debut studio album, Q, Are We Not Men? A, We Are Devo. Picking which portion to share is so hard because every part of the song is so rocking. In fact, like I beg everyone, just stop listening to this podcast and click on the video to hear the song in its entirety and then come back. Okay, so you're back.
Welcome back.
I know we've talked about Devo a few times on the pod, but some things bear repeating. We've talked about David Bowie being an early champion of the band. He actually learned about them thanks to Iggy Pop, like kind of just pushing a demo tape on him. Yeah.
Incredible.
And Bowie told anyone who'd listen, sound familiar, that this band was the future.
Love that. And look at Christina aligning herself with Bowie.
I know. So
that's really cool. Like what amazing praise.
I know. From David Bowie. And anyway, so Bowie wanted to produce it, but, ultimately produced their first studio album because I think we mentioned this before. Bowie was filming Just a Gigolo at the time, so he couldn't do it. But his fingerprints are all over it, and he really encouraged them to lean into their weird. And I think he just really appreciated that it wasn't just a band, but a complete art project, which you're the one Being Dead kind of reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like there's a lot more going on than just music.
See, that's where I'd like to know. I would love to know if was Devo one of your influences or but they're secretive.
I know. Maybe 50 years from now, there'll be a lot more information about them. So we got this great clip to share of Bowie introducing Devo at Max's Kansas City in 1977.
Oh, love.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool.
What a weird mashup of...
I know.
Bowie and Devo in Kansas City.
Oh, no. So Max's Kansas City? I didn't know this either.
No, I don't know.
Is in New York City.
Oh, thank you for
I should have said that
for me. No,
but
because it's good. It's good.
It's no longer there, but yes.
Okay. Well,
so Max's Kansas City, New York City. Yeah, all the good ones.
Okay.
So Devo formed in 1973 in Akron, Ohio at Kent State University. Mark Mothersbaugh and Jerry Casale were students there during the Kent State shootings in 1970. In that moment, they've talked about it in their documentary, other places, was really transformative for them. And out of it came Devo's core idea, de-evolution, the belief that instead of progressing, humanity was actually regressing, becoming more conformist, more obedient, more mechanized. And then,
whoops.
Yeah, I know. And it's only gotten worse since the 70s.
I know. God.
So sad. But yeah, their energy, the uniforms, the stiff movements, the satire, it was all a part of a critique of modern life that might have felt I think, pretty extreme in late 70s, early 80s. But honestly, it feels so painfully accurate now.
Mm-hmm.
And Devo's whole thing was questioning what we call normal. And maybe that's what resonates so much with me and other oddballs like Kurt Cobain, who said they were the most challenging and subversive band to break into the mainstream. And I'm sure you've all heard Nirvana famously covered Turnaround. I think maybe even more people know that version than Devo's. Christine, which one are you more familiar with?
I actually can't place it right now. Can you sing it for me?
No, I'm not.
Oh, this is my favorite thing to do with Christine.
No. We'll share it though.
Okay.
But yeah, it was for Devo, it was actually just a B-side and never released on a studio album. But yeah, also Neil Young took a liking to them early on.
Nice.
And he recruited them. And again, 1977, probably he saw them at Max's Kansas City as well. And he directed them in his surreal comedy, Human Highway. And that is out. You could watch it actually on archive.org for free. Neil Young and Dean Stockwell co-wrote, directed it. Or I think they co-wrote it and Neil Young directed it. Mothersbaugh wrote a lot of the music for it. Devo played nuclear garbage men. And they're glowing the entire time.
I feel like I've seen clips of that.
You probably have. It's iconic.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds iconic. Oh, but, you know what? I think they were also playing clips of it during the performance.
You know what? Probably. And also it's in their documentary. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow, man.
I know. It's my problem.
I've watched it twice. Anyway, so yeah, after that initial mixtape episode, I mentioned it at the time, I think I need to buy this on vinyl. So I bought New Traditionalist, and I'm I should probably pick up Freedom of Choice too. That was their third studio album from 1980. And again, just completely blown away by the greatness of every song. The album opens with Girl You Want.
Good.
Classic.
It's so good.
And have you seen the video for that?
It's been a long time.
Okay,
but yeah.
But it's a bunch of bouncing girls just so into it, and you can't not move your body. But it's not just dancing. It's this music that just makes you spastic.
Yeah,
it's beyond dancing.
I know, I love it.
It's so fun. But I'm one of those dancing girls in the video where I'm just losing my mind. But they also have a song, Jerking Back and Forth. which that's exactly what their music does to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, after that concert, I was like, my body was sore from all the jerking back and forth. Yeah, it's truly wild. And speaking of wild, there is a point on Uncontrollable Urge when it sounds like a feral cat screeching. Let's see if you can hear it. So that sound is actually Mothersbaugh abusing the Minimoog pitch wheel, pushing the oscillator way up, then snapping it back down. It took me a while to find out exactly what that was. The synth is literally losing control. But when I first heard it, I just thought it was Mark screaming. And I thought that was cool. But then knowing what he's doing with this like Moog, it's amazing.
That's cool.
And I even hate to cut this clip short because it's like right before they get into the yeah-yeahs. And that's basically Devo's deconstructed version of the Beatles' She Loves You hook.
Mm-hmm.
And again, going back to 1977, Mothersbaugh said Lennon actually like noticed that nod to the Beatles. And he was probably at that same show at Max's Kansas City. And I guess after the show, Mark or Lennon went up to Mark and kind of yelled in his face, yeah.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool.
I
And
can't
he
even
was like,
imagine John Lennon doing
I know. And he did. I mean, actually, I kind of can. Like, I can see him doing it in his like very like he's clearly like appreciating what Devo is doing, but also kind of like in this very sarcastic way, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, I really just got into their first 4 albums, and it's not just about the music. It's like their storytelling, the absurdity, the brutality, the Brechtian alienation. And I don't want to say too much about Bertolt Brecht and Devo because I have a theory that I want to reserve for another song on a future episode. So I know. I'm sure you are all on pins and needles waiting to know.
I definitely am.
What that is. But I will say that my knowledge of Devo stops after their 1982 album, Oh No, It's Devo, which I'm kind of just getting acquainted with that one now. But yeah, maybe I can cover the remaining 4 albums another time.
Yeah, a deep dive.
Yeah, a deep dive for sure. Or maybe another podcast.
Oh no.
Oh no, I need
competition.
But anyway, so after Oh No, It's Devo, I think things started slowing down for them. Mothersbaugh started composing for Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Hell yeah.
And then started doing like commercials and movies. Jerry Sally started directing commercials, videos. They all kind of went their own ways in or around like 1991. And Mark has said like they did their last tour in Europe in 89 or 90, and they were actually watching This Is Spinal Tap on their tour bus. And he said, oh my God, that's our life. Things have to change.
Oh, wow. Ouch.
Yeah. So they kind of like, I don't know if it's even breaking up. Obviously, they've reconnected. They did things over the years. They've been touring together. But I think they're just like, they did what they had to do and they had other things to accomplish. But what makes Devo feel so ahead of their time is that they weren't like reacting to punk or new wave. They were just like predicting where culture was going. That corporate sameness and people turning themselves into products. I mean, the music is like this tight and robotic thing because it was the point. Humans behaving like machines before machines take over. And here we are, nearly 50 years after Bowie said their music is the music of the future. And I believe they still are the music of the future. I know.
They predicted a lot.
It's crazy. When the Devo documentary popped up on Netflix, I think it was back in September or so, I got like so excited. I almost immediately rewatched it, but instead I went to the website and saw that they were performing at Hollywood Bowl. I know we talked about this experience during our appearance on Who Will Save Generation X, and it really was like favorite concert ever. Like
that's
now,
so cool.
New like iconic venue, iconic concert. Even though I wasn't like that into B-52s, which I also have talked about.
Please refrain.
Sorry.
Thank you.
And then you saw them in Houston shortly after I did. So like
I did. You were like bullying me into going.
I know.
But
I totally
I did
bullied.
want to go.
But
I wanted to go. And I went. And it was great.
Yeah.
I would have much rather gone to the Hollywood Bowl rather than the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion. But I had a great time. I was dancing and, having a blast and really, really, really enjoyed. Look, we've already talked about it. I do think they were much better performers than the B-52s at this time. I would have loved to see the B-52s in 80.
Yeah, for sure.
81.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, Devo smashed it. They're old guys who are still rocking.
Yeah, it was very cool. Like from start to finish, I literally jerked back and forth the entire time. And I sang every lyric to almost every song. Can you guess the song I didn't quite feel comfortable singing?
Mangaloid, it was a mangaloid.
Wow,
that one?
That's pretty good, yeah.
Thank you.
So I know you also had concerns and even texted me about this the next morning after the concert.
You know what's so funny though? I love that song.
Okay. Did you sing to it at the concert?
I
mean,
did.
you're just saying it right now, so.
I did. I love that song, but I find it problematic and I've never bothered to look into it. So
yeah, it was weird because I'm like, I know they're not being offensive. I can just based on how they are, based on everything I've read about them, their documentary, I'm like, there is no way that they are being mean-spirited. So, I did do some digging and I found an interview from The Guardian from 2022, which we will link. And when asked if they still play Mongoloid, Jerry Casale acknowledged that the term was offensive, but the song was attacking people who used that term to put other people down. He also said he probably wouldn't write that song today. But then Mark added, we still play it. It's one of our core songs. but in those days, we were totally uncensored.
Yeah.
In the song's defense, we get dozens of letters from parents of children with Down syndrome saying, my child is so happy there's a song about them, and they love the song. So, I don't know. I still think it's uncomfortable.
Wow. I'm shocked to hear that, actually.
Yeah, it's interesting. But if you listen to the song, it is kind of like touching in a way. Because you can see that where the criticism is. And I think that Devo probably just a lot of their songs were misunderstood. And I think that's part of what makes the listener feel so uncomfortable in general. And that's like their art is making people feel uncomfortable and thinking more about like meaning and being and the sorry state of humanity and our complicity and its de-evolution. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're more ready for Devo now than they were in the late 70s and 80s. And I feel like they're here for it too. But if their concert is any indication, they were just like so present, like great.
Like shredding. I saw them on the last day of the tour. And it was so, they really were like giving it everything.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things to be like, I'm sure it was a long tour. They are not spring chickens anymore. And like to still be tearing it up that much was incredible.
Yep.
And you're totally right. Like it's like they had a crystal ball or something. They saw into the future and they made music that was really ahead of their time and was like a criticism of society. But it's like crazy because it just kept getting worse. Like, whoa. No, but thank God we have them.
Really. And it does, they feel more relevant now even because just things keep getting worse. And I feel like, unfortunately, probably in another 50 years, people will still be saying Devo's the band of the future.
Yeah, that's wild.
If there's even a 50 years from now.
Ooh, good point.
But yeah, I think it's time to move on to other matters.
Oh, okay. Did you happen to bring a soapbox for this occasion?
I think I have one. Okay. In response to recent events, Stereothematica is issuing a statement on ASMR, but not necessarily the initials, the concept, or even the YouTube videos.
This statement is in response to the people who, every time they hear a crackle of paper, a whisper, a gurgle, a crunch, or a scratch, regardless of context, must say aloud those 4 letters, usually preceded by a quasi-orgasmic ooh, as in ooh, ASMR.
We're not here to yuck anyone's yum, but the concept of ASMR, specifically the compulsion to tag a sound that might be comforting, is having the opposite effect.
While Stereothematica condones and even celebrates the coinage of terms to describe sensations, calling them out is the equivalent of saying something is funny instead of just laughing.
Our official position, if it tingles, maybe just let it. Thank you for your support.
And now, Christine, any hints for next week?
We're starting off the year with a discussion on toxic masculinity.
Oh, my favorite subject. I can't wait.
Thanks for listening to Stereothematica. If you like what you're hearing, please consider a review, a rating, or sharing with a friend.
Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform and follow us on Instagram at Stereothematica, where you can share your favorite bands of 2025.
And visit stereothematica.com for more fun.
Thanks for listening all year.
Happy New Year almost.
We'll get there. Bye.
Bye.